I said, looking forward to the biggest steals of the class portion. And speaking of stealing, my D1 steal was Aiden Flynn, who you already talked about.
I stole your steal. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center.
All right, let's jump in here then. I think I took honors here, if you don't mind, David.
Yeah. Your Honor, Your Honor.
So the biggest steals, again, we're talking about kids that we think were under recruited or that the coach identified somebody early on and kind of beat everybody to the punch. And again, this is personal preference. This isn't based on rankings. This is just guys that Dave and I really like, and for the level they're headed to, we think it's going to be a good fit, and they're going to be excelling there.
I feel like we might get. Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah, no, you're fine.
I'm looking at the fine artwork you did. I feel like Mickey D's could be filing suit since you stole the name and likeness of the Hamburglar. But man, that's an attractive little fellow there.
I will have you know that is the product of ChatGPT's Wall-E art system.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Continue, sir. I'm done.
Absolutely.
I'm done interrupting.
So the biggest steals that I thought of here, we chose one at each level. The only level we didn't talk about was NAIA, and that's not meant to offend our NAIA friends. It's just there's not a lot of NAIA ball in Illinois, so we didn't talk about it. But my first one right here, Sam Driscoll out of Mount Zion High School. Sam is a teammate of Chance Payne on the Decatur Commodores. We saw Chance earlier. Same thing, lefty swinger, lefty hurler. Sammy has bumped 90 from the left side. He's a 6'6" runner. Upper 90s exit velos. You see there, the arm just comes out clean as a whistle. This kid is the total package. He's also a 4.0 student, wants to go to med school, I believe. I have no idea how this kid ended up at Lindenwood. And I'm so glad he did, because PJ Finnegan, the head coach at Lindenwood, is a good friend of mine, and I'm glad Finn got him. But my goodness, it shouldn't have been this hard. I realize there's a lot of options with the portal and all that these days, but man, a 4.0 student, runs 6'6", bumps a 90 from the left side. This isn't hard, guys. You're making it too hard if you are. D2, I chose a catcher from up your way, a young man by the name of Noah Brandt out of tiny little Salmonock High School. And this is another one of those kids that I think in a given year, he probably goes D1. If we're talking about this kid in 2015, I think he's a no doubt D1 hitter. But again, the kids are getting pushed down the levels here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this kid go to a Grand Valley State and dominate, and then, come right back in the portal and end up at like a Power 4 school. Gets rid of it, good size. But again, just another example of how kids are getting pushed down with all these various court rulings. Dave, I did not know that New York University, almost known throughout the world as NYU, I didn't even know they had sports.
I mean, my thought is, where do you put the field?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
are they
playing
funny.
at the Polo Grounds? Where are they playing? Central Park. Clear a space, people. Put up a fence, damn it.
It's funny you say that. One of my good friends in the coaching profession is Craig Noto. Now he's the head coach at Wagner out there on Staten Island. And they actually share a ballpark with the Staten Island Cyclones, the Mets A-ball team. But before that, he was at Long Island University. And we sent a kid out there on a visit. Craig took incredible care of him, gave him a hell of an offer. Kid just couldn't do New York City. But he was the kid, by the way, was from Henry. So imagine going from Henry, Illinois to New York City.
I mean, you're talking about the plot of Crocodile Dundee right now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But When Craig sent me pictures of his home field at NIU, or not at LIU, pardon me, it looked like, you know how you see like in big cities they'll cram in like a tennis court or something,
Yeah,
it with like chain link, and it just that's kind of the barrier. That's what it
right.
looked like. Like they literally had like a baseball field built into the middle of a city block with like look like apartment buildings hanging over the dugouts. Like just like put it here. But
When you
nonetheless,
think about it, it's kind of cool though.
yeah, absolutely. Oh
Very
yeah.
unique. Yeah.
So this young man that we're talking about going to NYU, Dominic Holton, out of Niles, Notre Dame, good lefty swing, runs well, gets rid of it across the diamond, upper 80s. Just seems to be one of those guys that just goes and gets it. Um, always has his nose to the grindstone. Uh, and then the last one, my JUCO pick to click, my JUCO steal here, somebody that you and I are both quite familiar with, another shortstop, uh, young man by the name of Cole Yates. And there you see Cole getting some swings off at both PBR and PG events. Uh, Full disclosure, the young man is my godson. I call him my nephew, whatever. I've known his dad for almost 25 years, and he's my best friend. Um, but Cole is headed to Heartland, and some people are going to come at me for saying this, but I really think the kid might be the best defender in the state. Um, I mean, just watch some of these plays here uh, on the defensive side if we get through his swings again. Uh, the defense is just next level. I mean, plays well on the move. You see here going up the middle, nice spin. Um, can play coming in. This one is just insane. Bare hands the toss from the second baseman, adjusts his body on the fly, and still manages to get the throw off to first. So he's headed to Heartland. He was the second kid that Razzo offered in that class. What about you, Mr. Bentley? What'd you come up with that you found interesting? I
Yeah,
notice we're
just a
going back
quick
to Michigan.
I'll switch to mine, but just a quick shout out to Cole Yates's dad, Kevin, who I played with from fifth grade all the way up to senior year in high school. Every single year, same team. He was our second baseman. Number 22, Kev Yates, the man, the
Gotta
legend.
love Yahtzee.
Yes. So you stole my D1 or I stole your D1. Either way, Aiden Flynn going to U
Yeah,
of I just, and I do think U of I should be getting a top 15, top 20 guy every year. But it doesn't always happen because the
true.
SEC comes sniffing around, ACC, and next thing you know, the top 20 guys are gone, and U of I, is happy with grabbing a guy a little bit lower, anybody they can get that's a good ball player. But to
Yes.
get the number 8, I love Aiden Flynn. So Aiden, if you're listening, we're big fans. We wish you the best. I think he's going to have a great career. But the first one I'll talk about, Division Two and Grand Valley State, Josh Fleming, shortstop, York High, 10 bombs this summer, including 4 in one game.
Yeah,
Three, go
that
ahead.
kid went off like a bomb at the Rock. Like that was all anybody could talk about was this kid who lit PBR at the Rock up for 4 bombs in one day.
He played in the Final Four this year. Ryan Sloan's on that team, second round draft pick, righty pitcher. But back to Josh, 6'2", 190, 3-year starter, immense pop. He's fast, athletic defender. I mean, he's going to absolutely rake in D2.
Yeah,
And
and just to give you folks an idea, we probably should have addressed this earlier, but Grand Valley State is not some Johnny come lately. They have a pretty long tradition, um, probably responsible for one of the most impressive records I've ever seen in a single season. 2014, 2015-ish, they went 50-3. Like that doesn't happen in any baseball. especially college baseball, where you usually lose at least once a weekend. But just insane.
Their campus is beautiful. It's a great place to live, except in the winter, of course.
Yeah.
But it really is a nice area. Just real quick on Josh's stats, he's an all-stater in 4A. He hit 464 in the spring, 48 runs scored, 7 bombs, 23 doubles. I mean,
Man.
that's getting after it with the wood. The next one is one of my favorites. We're skipping to D3 now, and I actually have two D3s. My first one, Tanner Rogers, left-handed pitcher. Coach Paterni's getting a little home cooking. He's getting this lefty ace from Monmouth United High School, the Red Storm. Heater is in the upper 80s. He's going to do well in the Midwest Conference. He's ranked around 250 PBR, 6'1", 175. Was really ecstatic when I got word that he will be a Monmouth Scot. You know, I wonder how long Paterni's been working on him, considering they
It's been a
probably
while.
live like, 6 minutes away from each other or less. But very happy for Coach Paterni and Monmouth. I think he's going to be an ace. And, it's always hard to tell what's he going to be like freshman year, but I got to believe by sophomore year, he's a frontline rotation guy.
Oh, yeah. He's at the front of that rotation.
Next one is not unlike Cole Yates. This one is sort of an honorable mention for me. Jake Benavanga, catcher from New Trier. I know his dad. I've known his dad 20 years. Great family. Both his parents are attorneys. He's a very smart kid. He's going to University of Rochester in New York, which is a top 50 academic school. Couldn't be happier. He's got a real quick bat, as you can see. He just loves to play ball. He raked this summer. Last year, he was stuck behind a senior catcher who I believe went somewhere D1. He'll be starting this year. I'm going to try to get to a game. Really happy for him. I think he's going to bring University of Rochester some pop. Can play a little bit of third. Good kid, good family.
It's funny you said that about the academics when we were talking about this. So I went and looked, and only 1 out of every 3 applicants gets into Rochester. So
there you go.
Like, well, and that's not even like MIT. It's like 4% get in, but man, still 1 out of every 3. I was definitely not a candidate to get into the University of Rochester coming out of Dunlap High School.
The last one I've got, JUCO, John A. Logan, was about 25 minutes from Carbondale, where I spent most of my time in college. Cody Freitas, right-handed pitcher, third baseman out of Bradley Bourbonnais, the Boilermakers.
Yeah.
6 foot, 185, originally an Arizona commit. And we have to assume that it's, as we discussed previously, something happened. He's no longer an Arizona commit, and he's headed to John A. Logan in Southern Illinois. 1.12 ERA last spring. Opponents hit 118 off of him. And then with the bat, 461 with 3 piss missiles. I think John A. Logan got a steal.
Hey folks, Ben Diggle from Diggle's Diamonds here. Just wanted to take a second and say that's where we decided to cut episode 4 so we could break this up into 4 parts. We hope you've enjoying this podcast so far. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know who you would like to hear from. We've got some really exciting people coming up down the road. Diego Solares from Scout Connect, Sean Duncan and Drew Locascio from Prep Baseball Report, Trey Hannum, one of the best hitting coaches I know and a former player of mine, Josh Cowton, my partner in crime, with K's Academy and the Rhino K's travel program. And we will also be doing team previews coming up in the month of February and March. So, hope you're enjoying it. And don't forget to join us next week for episode 4. Well, part 4 of this series. I guess it would be episode 5, counting the Brownlee interview. We will be talking about the best players still on the board. Dave and I each picked 3 players still on the board that we wanted to talk about. So, again, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. And hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. And I hope 2025 is off to a great start. Keep doing good things.